Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Zalfa Septacesara Ramadhani, but you can call me Zalfa. I'm from class 10G. And then in this video, I want to tell you about the story of Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived in a village near a big forest. Her grandma had made her a beautiful red cloak with a big red hood, which she wore every time she went outside. So everyone in the village called her a Little Red Riding Hood. One day, Little Red Riding Hood's mother said, "Grandma is not feeling very well. Will you take this basket of food through the forest to her cottage?" "Yes, mother, I sure would love to see Grandma," said Little Red Riding Hood. "Remember, don't talk to any stranger along the way." "I want," Little Red Riding Hood promised, and she skipped down the path into the woods. Little Red Riding Hood didn't have to worry about getting lost in the forest, because she knew that way to Grandma's cottage very well. But along the way, she saw some beautiful white flowers growing in the near path. "I bet Grandma will really like this," she said to herself and stopped to pick a few. "Hello, little girl," said a deep growling voice from behind her. Little Red Riding Hood was very startled. She spun around and she saw a big bad wolf standing in the shadows between two trees. "Hello!" She didn't know the wolf was bad, and she had already forgotten her mother's says about talking to strangers. "Where are you going in this fine day?" "I'm going to Grandma's cottage on the other side of the forest. She isn't feeling very well, so I'm bringing her this basket of food and these flowers." "What a sweet girl you are." He smiled and showed off his mouth full of sharp teeth. The big bad wolf was quite hungry, but he was not interested in the basket full of food. "I had better be going. Goodbye." And she skipped down off the path. The big bad wolf's stomach grumbled and growled with the hunger. And suddenly, he had an idea. As quick as he could, he ran through the forest all the way to Grandma's cottage. The sneaky wolf opened the door very quietly and found Grandma asleep in her bed. He picked the old woman up and opened his great mouth, and he swallowed poor Grandma in one clap. Then the big bad wolf climbed into the bed and pulled the blanket up to his chin. He put on Grandma's glasses and her nightcap, and he waited for the little girl with her flowers and basket of food. When Little Red Riding Hood arrived at the cottage, she opened the door quietly and found Grandma lying in the bed. "Hello, Grandma. Mother told me you weren't feeling well, so I brought you some food and some flowers." "What a sweet girl you are," said the wolf in his fake grandma voice. "Come closer, my dear." Little Red Riding Hood took a step closer, but she noticed that something different about Grandma. "What big eyes you have, Grandma." "All better to see you with." "Come closer, my dear." Little Red Riding Hood took another step closer to the bed. What big ears you have, Grandma?
All better to hear you with,
replied the wolf.
Come closer, my dear.
Little Red Riding Hood took one step more closer. My, what big teeth you have, Grandma? She said in surprise.
I'd better eat you with,
growled the big bad wolf. He jumped out of the bed and he opened his great big mouth. Little Red Riding Hood shocked and tried to run, but the hungry wolf grabbed her and swallowed Little Red Riding Hood in just one gulp. Outside the cottage, a woodsman happened to walking through the forest. When he heard Little Red Riding Hood shriek and of surprise, he hurried inside to see the wolf and his huge round belly. The woodsman grabbed up the big bad wolf, turned him upside down, and shook him by the feet. Little Red Riding Hood came tumbling out of the wolf's mouth, and Grandma followed. Three of them chased the big bad wolf out of the cottage, out of the forest, and over a hill. The big bad wolf ran for his life and never seen again. Little Red Riding Hood learned her lesson, and she never ever talked to strangers after that.